Discovering the Horseman Within with Ken McNabb has been brought to you by Weaver Leather.
Empathy is correctly and compassionately understanding the feelings of others. Boy, is that one that we can run into, right? I don't know about the rest of you husbands in the world, but I know every now and then I am not the most understanding husband. And I'm not always the most understanding employer, and I'm not always the most understanding rider. Empathy fits into horsemanship so well, because lots of times I don't take time to question, or we as humans rather, don't take time to question why our horse is doing what he's doing. We just sort of go at it and maybe even take it personal, or maybe we do question why he's doing it, but we misunderstand and we take it personal. Understanding where your horse is coming from is one of the most critical pieces in becoming a better horseman. What your horse wants is to be quietly, peacefully left alone, right? Well, he's not going to get that, but we have to give him the next best thing. Really, manners in America are really based off of biblical principles. Let's take all of the laws we live by. They refer back to the 10 Commandments. How about the Golden Rule? The Golden Rule really comes from love thy neighbor as thyself, right? Or that moment in Scripture when the apostles asked Christ, they said, what's the greatest commandment? And he said, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy mind, thy soul. And second unto it is likened the first, love thy neighbor as thyself. If you take a moment to really think about what it means to love your neighbor, if you take a moment, who is your neighbor? Your neighbor is that person standing next to you. That your neighbor is that person at the stoplight that just flipped you off. Your neighbor is that person in the mall that's making you angry at the store. Love thy neighbor as thyself sometimes requires that we go back to the other character traits we've talked about, patience and understanding, and then we take a moment and ask ourselves, why is this person responding this way? I hope I correctly understand their feelings, and then I come back and say, how best can I help them go forward? That's empathy. If we can actually help them go forward and change their day and make it a better day, that's actually doing something positive in the world.